Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for class today. Today we're going to be practicing Bird of Paradise pose, or Svarga Dvijasana is the Sanskrit term for that. So we're going to open our hamstrings, shoulders, and hips while working on our balance and engaging a lot of standing poses to make sure the legs are engaged. So we're going to begin on the back. For practice today, 2 blocks will come in handy as well as a strap. If you don't have blocks or a strap, it's all right. Class can be done without them. If you don't have a yoga strap, feel free to grab a towel or a belt works as well. But once you're on your back, we're going to start today in supported Baddha Konasana, or supported diamond shape cobbler's pose. Lots of names for Baddha Konasana, but you'll bring the soles of the feet together, allow your knees to open like a book, and then it's up to you if you want the extra support today. Throw some blocks underneath the outer thighs, or maybe books or pots and pans. All of these things can be used in place of blocks. Make sure your feet are far enough away from the pelvis so that the feet are completely relaxed and your legs are relaxed as they can be. For your arms, find a position that's comfortable. That could be a hand on the heart, a hand on the belly, or just your arms down by the sides with the palms facing up towards the sky if you're outside, the ceiling if you're inside, wherever you might be. Begin to settle in here. Notice if there's anywhere in the body that could be a little more comfortable, a little more relaxed. Invite these areas to soften. If it's an adjustment of the props you're using, or if it's unclenching the teeth, relaxing your forehead, softening around the eyes. Notice where you feel tension and what can you do to soften the tension, if you can do anything. And if you haven't already, allow your awareness to fall on your breath. And to start, allow just your natural flow of inhales and exhales to be what you're watching for now. Can you breathe in and out through the nose? Do you have to modify today? Do you feel like you're breathing in the chest more than you are in your diaphragm or the belly? And all of these things, it's simply observing. Kilo, the Hawaiian for observe, just seeing what's happening in the body today, emotionally as well. So let's start with some Samavritti equal-sided pranayama. Take an inhale and an exhale, just a regular inhale and exhale to prepare. As you breathe in, we'll breathe in for 1, continue breathing in 2, still breathing in 3, 4, last breath here, 5, hold at the top, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and then inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I believe this is our last round. We might have one more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start to continue that equal-sided breathing where your inhales and exhales are even in length and depth on both sides. And then if you'd like to, you can introduce either Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breath, or you can just keep breathing silently without the engagement of the back of the throat, like how you would practice for Ujjayi. But you want your breaths, your inhales to expand, to open, your exhales to draw inward. So thinking of those motions as you breathe in and out. And then finally, take a moment to set an intention for practice today. Once you've set your intention, go ahead and gather the knees together. That could use your hands to do that for a little extra support. Hug the knees to the chest for a moment, and then we're going to find the strap. Place your left foot on the ground, loop the strap over the ball of your right foot. Start to extend the right heel up towards whatever you're looking at, the ceiling or just up towards the sky. And And then very gently, you'll start to draw that right leg towards the face. Your left knee can stay bent. If you'd like to extend your left leg long, that's fine. Just try to keep energy in your left leg. Make the awareness and the effort to keep your toes pointed straight up towards the sky. And then be mindful that you're not scrunching up by the shoulders. The shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears, and you're still breathing with the face and the jaw relaxed. Even inhales and exhales as you start to open up through the back of the right leg. Take one more exhale and then hug the right knee into the chest. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. And then extend both of your legs long and just notice how your right leg feels next to the left. And then move on to the other side. Bend both of your knees, right foot flat, loop the strap over the ball of your left foot. And then again, draw the left leg any amount closer towards your face. It's up to you whether or not you keep your right leg bent, or again, if you extend your right leg long, keep energy in the legs. Stay aware. Notice that your toes stay pointed straight up towards the roof, the sky, wherever you might be, but they stay pointed straight up. And still the shoulders are relaxed and the face and the jaw are relaxed as well. You're breathing evenly with your inhales and exhales equal on both sides. Take another breath or two here. On your next exhale, release the stretch. Again, hug the left knee into the chest, circle your ankle both times, circle your ankle both directions. And then I forgot to add it in, but if you like, extend your left leg once again next to the right and see how the legs feel next to one another. And then after you've done that, bend your knees, feet flat once again, bend your elbows and interlace the fingers behind the head. On an exhale, crunch up and also bring the elbows in towards the face as you do that. And then lift, you go ahead and lower the head back down, lift the knees up. Feel now that your low back is flat on the mat, and then start to extend your legs away from you, but keeping your low back flat on the mat. And then next time, we're going to kind of a reverse crunch. So rather than the head coming up towards the knees, you're actually going to bring the knees in towards the face. So as you exhale, you're going to bring the knees towards the face, and then that rounding of the elbows in. Normally when we're crunching and then continuing there, exhale to crunch in, inhale, extend out. Exhale, crunch in. Normally it's instructed that you keep your elbows wide, and that's to avoid using the strength of your arms to crunch. But I like to bring my elbows in for this reverse crunch so that I can kind of guide my knees towards the elbows. A few more here. That was our last one actually. So let's rock and roll up and down the spine and then come on up to a seated position. Come to tabletop, hands and knees, and then take a few rounds of cat and cow. With the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. On your inhale, start to arch the spine, lift your gaze. As you exhale, round the back, chin towards chest. Push the earth away with the hands. As you inhale, arch the spine, lift the gaze, broaden across your collarbones. Keep your belly toned and lifted. Exhale, round the upper back. Really draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, arch the spine, lift the gaze for cow. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest for cat. And then from here, tuck the toes, lift your hips up towards the sky, find downward facing dog. Whatever movements you want to make here in your first down dog of this practice, maybe you already did down dog today. Whatever your body is calling for, maybe bending the knees, maybe swaying the hips side to side, perhaps nodding out the head, yes and no, to release tension in the neck. Just notice what the body needs today, keeping in mind that every time you step on your mat, the body's it's going to be a different body, it's going to be a different practice. Don't hold yourself to the same standard each time you practice. Allow for some modifications. And then just go ahead and step your right foot up by the right hand. Keep your left hand down for a low lunge. Inhale as you reach your right fingertips back, look behind you. As you inhale, rainbow arc the right arm forward. Exhale, reach back with the fingertips, look behind you. Inhale, look forward, and then the gaze can follow the hand here as you move. Again, exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward, just warming the shoulder joint here. And then place your both hands down. Find your blocks just for a moment. Stay in this low lunge position with the hands on the blocks. See if you can lift a little bit higher, maybe deepen the hip stretch, namely the left hip flexor stretch. And then from there, straighten the right leg, find half splits, picking up the toes. Try to fold forward with the long spine here. If you don't want to use your blocks, you don't have to. But just keeping in mind, this is a somewhat intermediate to advanced practice today. If you need to modify, please modify. If you need to take a break, take a break. That's the good thing about practicing with YouTube and at home. You can pause, gather yourself, and then join back whenever you feel ready. On your next inhale, rebend your right knee, and then just slide the knee back, make some circles with the right knee. And then shift forward, knees are still down, come all the way down onto your belly. Untuck the toes, lengthen your legs long behind you, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift for a low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift, low cobra, light pressure in the hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift for a low cobra. This time pause at the top and hover the hands. All 10 toes are still pressing lightly into the mat. On your exhale, lower down, hands come down. Now this time, tuck your toes through tabletop, lift the hips, go back to downward facing dog. Reset here with an inhale and exhale. And then inhale, step your left foot forward, lower the right knee down. Keep the right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm up, twist. And then exhale, reach back with your left fingertips, look behind you. Inhale, rainbow arc the left fingertips forward. Exhale, open up. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, open up, warming the shoulder joint here. The gaze can follow the hand, but it's also important that you're linking breath and movements. As you exhale, the fingertips reach back. As you inhale, the fingertips reach forward. Find your blocks once again. Find that kind of higher low lunge. See if it feels different with the hands a little bit lifted off of the ground. Simply noticing, kilo to observe, and then straighten the left leg, pick up the toes, half splits. Again, folding forward with the flat back. If you need a little bend in your left knee, that's fine. But getting plenty of hamstring opening before we get into Bird of Paradise. Next, inhale, rebend your left knee. This time, step back to a plank pose. And then once again, lower all the way down onto your belly. Your knees could be up or down as you lower. Untuck the toes. Inhale, low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog. And whatever back bend you're in, turn the head, look over the right shoulder. If you're in up dog, drop the left hip a little bit as you do that. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn the head, look over the left shoulder. If you're in up dog, maybe drop the right hip down a little close to the mat. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Steady out your inhales and exhales here. Maybe open the jaw, release heat on your exhale, kind of sighing it out. And then move your strap from wherever it was so that it's easily accessible at the top of your mat. From here, inhale, rise to your toes, bend the knees. As you exhale, walk the feet behind your wrists, forward fold. So keep your feet hip distance apart here. Inhale, wrap your peace fingers around the big toes. Take a halfway lift. As you exhale, fold over your legs, keeping that bind around the big toes. Bend the elbows out to the sides to help draw you a little deeper into the fold. Let your head be heavy and feel free to bend the knees here as much as you need to. You could even have your knees bent so much that your torso is rested on the thighs, and that's fine. Trying to roll the weight forward to the toes so that your hips are stacked right over your heels as well. Keep the wrap around the big toes. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, release the hands, grab your strap and fold once again. Bend the knees really deeply, and as you take your next exhale, slowly rise to standing, keeping the strap in the hand. And then once you're standing, unroll the shoulders, keep your feet hips distance apart, maybe even slightly wider. For this next, we're going to side bend with the strap, and you want to make sure your feet are really stable. So go ahead and extend the arms out in front of you, gripping the strap. You just want a little bit wider than shoulders distance. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. As you exhale, lean towards the right. Keep rolling your left shoulder open. Keep your hips square, straight in front of you. Both weight even through your feet. Thinking about lengthening as you bend, so getting longer as you lift up out of the waist rather than just crunching the right side of the waist down. Inhale. As you exhale, come to center. Breathe in here. And then as you exhale, side bend to the left. Continue to roll the right shoulder open. Continue to keep your hips square to the front of the mat and the weight even throughout both of your feet. And try to have a nice soft grip in the hands, not too heavy, tight of a grip there. As you exhale, come to center, keep the strap overhead, and then exhale, start to bring the hands back behind you, a really, really loose grip as you do that, and we're going to do some shoulder flossing here. So a nice loose grip with the strap, hands a little bit, definitely wider than shoulders distance here, and then just moving backwards and forwards, bringing the hands behind you, bringing the arms over and in front of you while you're still breathing and trying to find a breath pattern as you move here. I'm going a moderate speed. You can do this really fast. You can do this really slow. But the main thing is don't have a death grip with your hands. Go ahead and finish out that last one, bringing the hands back in front of you. Remove the strap. Bring hands to prayer, Tadasana pose. You can bring your toes to touch if you'd like. Again, reconnect with your intention. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. As you exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, bend the knees, step back to plank pose, and continue to exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through your back bend of choice, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. Exhale over the toes, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. As you exhale, step the right foot forward, lower your left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up, low lunge. As you exhale, bring hands to prayer and then make a fist with your left hand. Cover that fist with the right hand. Inhale, twist over the right leg. As you exhale, hook the outside of your left elbow. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee, If that's too deep of a twist, bring the hands away from one another, straighten the arms, and just have the left hand down and reach the right arm up. And if you have the mobility in the neck, just make sure that your left toes are pointing straight back behind you. Think about getting longer as you inhale, deepening the twist as you exhale. And then unwind from that twist. Once again, find your blocks, lift up, and then straighten the right leg, half Hanumanasana, half splits. Your choice whether or not you use the blocks here. Folding forward with a long spine if you find you have space to fold forward at all. As you inhale, rebend the right knee, step back to plank pose. Inhale, exhale, Vinyasa. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, lower the right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring hands to prayer. Now make a fist with the right hand, cover the fist with the left. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, hook the right elbow on the outside of your left knee. If that is too much, too deep of a twist for you, come back to center, lean forward, right hand down, left arm up. And again, if you have the space to turn your head a little more, maybe make sure your right toes are pointed straight back behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to twist. On your next exhale, unwind. Again, hands find the blocks. Get a little lift here in your low lunge. And then as you exhale, straighten the left leg, pick up the toes, half Hanumanasana. Steady inhales and exhales. Inhale, rebend your left knee, step the left foot back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take some breaths here. Smoothing out your inhales and exhales. Maybe if it's calling for it, take a pause, find child's pose, rejoin when you're ready. On your inhale, rise to your toes, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or hop the feet by the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana, reach the arms up. Exhale, all the way up to standing. Inhale here. Exhale, again, Utkatasana, bend the knees, reach the fingers down and up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, offer your heart. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, plank pose, chaturanga or plank pose, lift your hips, skip any and all vinyasas, and feel free to always go right to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee and stack your right hip open on top of the left for scorpion dog. Feel free to make any movements in your knees or ankles here, and to keep the weight even through your arms. Inhale, bring the right foot back to center. Exhale, find warrior two, right foot in between the hands. Spin the left heel down as you cartwheel the arms open. A steady gaze over the front fingertips, and then inhale, lean back, reverse warrior. As you exhale, see if you can bend more into that front knee while keeping the weight even in your back foot. Inhale, slide forward to side angle, right forearm rested on the knee. Your left fingertips reach all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, back up to warrior two. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, pick your left foot up, heel toe your right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Grab your blocks once again, and then pause a moment in lizard stretch. So both of your arms are on the inside of your right leg. Your back knee's lifted, but if you wanted to modify, you could lower your back knee down. I have my elbows bent on blocks here. You could have your hands straight on the ground. You could have your hands straight rested on blocks. Just depends on how much space you feel you have today. Bring the hands back down to the ground. Step the right foot back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale to downward facing dog. Or skip that vinyasa if you'd like. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, bend the knee and stack your hips open, scorpion dog. Make movements in the knee or ankle if you'd like. Keep the weight even through your arms. Inhale, bring the foot back to center. Exhale, warrior two, left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down. As you inhale, lean back, reverse warrior. Exhale, bend into your front knee deeper. Inhale, slide forward to side angle. Left forearm rested on the thigh. Right fingertips reach towards the front of the mat. Just keep as much weight in the back foot as there is in your front foot. Inhale, back to warrior two. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Spin your back heel up. Heel toe your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Bring both arms on the inside of your left leg. Stay in this lizard lunge. You can go lower with the hands. You could lower the back knee down. This is when it started to rain pretty good on me here, but we powered through, so you might notice some raindrops on the camera, but I said let's just keep doing it. As inhale, come back up, take a vinyasa, or just go right away to downward facing dog. And come back to your steady breath. Again, maybe open the mouth on the exhale, sigh it out, release tension and release heat. Inhale to your toes, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or hop the feet up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale to standing. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, chair pose once again, reach the arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. This time adding in a bakasana. This is optional. Bring the knees to the upper armpits, lift your toes, gaze forward, maybe walk or hop back chaturanga, or maybe just step the feet back to downward facing dog, taking a vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale again, scorpion dog. Bend the knees, stack your hips open. Inhale, level the hips off. Exhale, go to warrior two. Right foot in between the hands, spin the left heel down, cartwheel the arms open. Inhale, this time option to half bind as you lean back, reverse warrior. Keep that half bind as you lean forward, come to side angle. So left hand is wrapping around the back here. Keep the half bind or lose it. We're going to go to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So right hand is on the ground or a block. You can stay with the left leg extended back, or if you wanted to take Chaprasana variation, bend the top knee, maybe find the top of the foot with the left hand. Release that, come back to half moon, slowly rebend your right knee, land in warrior two pose, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands down, step the right foot back, vinyasa if you choose to, or skip the vinyasa, go right to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack your hips open. As you inhale, level the hips off. Exhale, go to warrior two. Left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down. Cartwheel the arms open. Inhale, lean back, reverse warrior. Option to wrap the right arm behind you for a half bind. Exhale, slide forward to side angle, keeping the half bind with the right arm. Look down, start to walk the back foot forward as you lift your right leg, find half moon pose. If you need to lose the bind to help get into the pose, go right ahead. You can stay there, or if you wanted to, Chaprasana variation, bend the right knee, find the top of the right foot with the right hand, and then find that extension where you kick into the hand and the foot. Stay grounded in your left foot. If you need more balance, look down at the ground and then slowly release that, bending your left knee, land back in warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Exhale as you lower through vinyasa. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Come back to your steady inhales and exhales here. If you need a child's pose, take a child's pose. Inhale, rise to your toes, bend the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or hop the feet by the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, reach the arms up. Exhale, rise to standing. Start your A variation. Inhale, here in Tadasana. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or hop vinyasa, or again, add in a bakasana, bringing the knees to the armpits, leaning forward, pick up your toes, maybe walk or hop back from your bakasana into chaturanga. Don't think about it, just go for it. You're going to do it wrong probably the first handful of times you try that transition. Inhale, lift your right leg. As you exhale, bring the right foot by the hand. This time go to warrior one, spin your left heel down, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the elbows, interlace your fingers behind you. Notice which pinky is on top. Stay here or lean forward for humble warrior. Your hands can stay at your back or your fingers can reach up and over. You could also use your strap to bind the hands here instead of gripping or interlacing the fingers together. Crown of the head continues to reach down. Keep bending into that right knee and then release your hand. Stay low. Spin the back heel up. Continue to heel toe the right foot out to the side. And then, like you're putting on a backpack strap, snuggle the right shoulder underneath. Reach back with your fingertips towards the back of the mat. You can keep your fingers on the ground or you can pick them up, spin the thumbs away from you, and then maybe bind the hands for flying lizard pose. And then to come out of that, if you want a Kundanyasana, we're halfway there. You can take a Kundanyasana in between and then either chaturanga or go to down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, spin the right heel down. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Interlace the fingers, other pinky on top. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Continue to bend into your left knee. Continue to root down through your back foot. Front of the head reaches down towards the ground. Soft grip in the hands. Exhale, release your bind, stay low, spin the right heel up, heel toe your left foot out to the side, snuggle the left shoulder under, reach back with your fingertips. They can stay on the mat, or you can lift your fingertips up. Stay there or spin the thumbs away from you, bend the elbows, maybe reach around with the right hand to find your left wrist. You can see a little better on this side what that pose looks like. And then release, and then again, this is the Vinyasa transition. Pick your back foot up, extend the right leg, and then maybe swing that left leg around, chaturanga, or skip it, go right to downward facing dog. This is where if you need to pause for a moment, please pause. Otherwise, you're in down dog, coming back to your smooth inhales and exhales. And then inhale, rise to the toes, and then walk or hop the feet to the outside of your hands. We're going to find Malasana pose. So you may stay right here in Malasana, stretching out the hips, or we're going to find reverse bird of paradise, is I believe what the name of this pose is called. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm going to use my strap for this one, so open the arms, my strap's in the left hand, spin the thumbs away from you, and then again, bind around, finding the left hand, or finding the right hand if you're binding, or use your strap to help bind. For this one, start to lean over onto the right foot. I do this to help me bring my left foot a little closer, and then as I start to lift up, I keep that wrap with my hands behind my back, grabbing onto the legs as I come to standing. And this is where the raindrops are in the way, and then slowly starting to lower back down. Walk your left foot wider, release the bind of the hands, come back to center. Carry none of the first side with you to the second side. Opening up, twist open with the right arm, reaching up, spin the thumbs away from you, either grab the fingers or use your strap to bind the hands. And then again, start to lift up, lean onto your left foot as you heel toe the right foot a little closer to center. I feel like that gives me just a little more stability as I then start to stand up, struggled a little bit with this side as I'm seeing myself struggle. I definitely struggle with this side, so that's how it goes. Not every pose is going to be a seamless transition. Some days you'll be wobblier than others, but that's all right. And then lifting up, slowly coming back down, walk the right foot wider, release the bind with the strap or with the hands, come back to Malasana pose. From here, go ahead and place the hands down, send the hips up towards the sky, forward fold, bend both of your knees deeply, start to wiggle out the hips, start to find some release from that reverse bird of paradise, because now we're going to do regular bird of paradise. So start to bend really deeply into that right leg, snuggle the right shoulder on the inside of the knee. Extend the arm, so left arm is reaching up, right arm is in between the thighs, and then spin the thumbs away from you, bend the elbows once again, find that bind. And then heel toe your left foot closer, start to lift up with the right foot is bound up in your arms, and then maybe starting to extend that right leg straight. Make sure your standing leg is also straight and your chest is broad. Slowly start to come back down, release the hands, and just again unwind in your forward fold by bending both of your knees nice and deeply. Release the tension in your head and neck. And then nice deep bend in your left knee. Bring the arm on the inside as you reach your right arm up. Spin the thumbs away from you. Maybe find a bind with the hands or using the strap. Heel toe your right foot a little closer towards center, and then starting to slowly stand up and then kicking that left heel out. And again, really make sure your standing leg is straight and your chest is broad. Slowly start to come back down. Release the bind and forward fold, exhale. Still here bending the knees if you'd like to wiggle out the hips a little bit. So that's Bird of Paradise Variation A. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise back up to standing. And then we'll transition from Warrior 2. We're going to go to Bird of Paradise from bound side angle pose. So come back to Tadasana at the top of the mat. Bring hands to prayer, revisit your intention, reestablish your breath. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, reach the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend the knees. Oh, yep, walker hop, chaturanga. Sorry, didn't know if I added a bakasana, but no, skipped it this time. Through a vinyasa to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, wild thing, or stick with scorpion dog if you choose to. Wild thing, right foot to the left side of the mat. Right arm reaches up and over. Reverse that, come back to three-legged dog, and then exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, spin the left heel down. Half bound reverse warrior, wrap the left arm behind you as you lean back with the right arm. Exhale, slide forward. You can stay with half bound side angle or take full bind side angle. Then look down at your right foot. Take a big step forward with that left foot, couple of steps, and then you're going to stand on that left leg as you once again start to stand up into Svarga Dvijasana, bird of paradise. Slowly start to come back down. We're going to step that left foot back to half bound side or full bound side angle. Release the arms, and then another opportunity to practice Vinyasa if you'd like. Snuggle that right shoulder under, lean forward, pick up your feet, swing the right foot back, chaturanga, or right to down dog. Here we go, other side. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, scorpion dog or wild thing. Left foot to the right side of the mat. Left fingertips reach up and over. Reverse that. Inhale, come back to center. Reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Spin the right heel down, warrior two. Inhale, lean back, half bound, reverse warrior. Wrap the right arm behind you. Inhale, lean forwards, half bound side angle, or go for full bind. Left hand comes underneath the thigh, and then step forward with the right foot. Stand on that right foot as you start to stand into bird of paradise. Once again, final time practicing it here, and then bring the left foot back down. Step the right foot back to side angle. Release the arms, inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down, bend your elbows like in chaturanga, lean forward, pick up your feet, step that left foot back, either chaturanga or right to downward dog. Steady your inhales and exhales. Maybe you need to pause, rewind, try that sequence again. Go ahead and do that. Maybe you need a child's pose, but either way, we're going to move on from here. Inhale, walk or step the feet forward. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, slowly rise to standing. Bring hands to heart, Samasthiti. So if that was your first time practicing Bird of Paradise, it's a tricky pose. It takes a lot of opening in your hips and hamstrings. If you didn't quite get it, that's okay. You're still a good person. Inhale, reach your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, chaturanga, or straight to downward facing dog. Once you're back in downward facing dog, take an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale, come forward to plank pose. As you exhale, come all the way down. Once again, onto your belly. Your knees could be up or down as you lower slowly to the floor. Untuck the toes, reach the arms down by your sides, forehead center on the mat. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift the arms and the legs for locust pose variation here, reaching back with your big toes, forward with the crown of the head. You can stick with the legs long, or if you want to, bend the knees, reach for the outer ankles or the outsides of the feet. Maybe find bow pose here. Try to keep your knees no wider than hips distance. Inhale, trying to get a little bit higher. Exhale, trying to keep that lift. And then go ahead and slowly lower down on your next exhale. Keep the knees bent or bend them if they were straight, and windshield wiper your legs from side to side as you release through the back a little bit. We're going to do one more variation. You can stick with arms and legs long, or if you want to, go right for bow pose, grabbing onto the outer ankles or the outer feet. Inhale, exhale, lift into the pose. Let your chest be open and broad. Keep breathing steady breaths. On your next exhale, release. Turn the head to the opposite side. And again, bend your knees, windshield wiper the legs side to side, release through the back. Legs long, bend the elbows. Let's go to a well-deserved child's pose. Arms could be out in front of you. Your arms could be down by the sides. You might be you're on your back, hugging the knees to the chest because you don't find child's pose works well for your body. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people don't find that they enjoy child's pose, so if you don't enjoy child's pose, the opposite is flipping over on your back and hugging the knees towards the chest. But we're going to do some seated postures next. So come to a seated position, Janu Sirsasana. Extend the right leg out, bend the left knee, sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Try to keep a long spine. It's more important here that your spine is long than it is that your right leg is straight. If you feel that with a little bend to the right knee, your spine is straighter, keep the bend in the knee, and then as you practice, you'll find that you can bend with a straight leg. But really, again, it's important that your back isn't rounded here. Inhale. As you exhale, lift, and then twisting. We're going to bring that left foot to the outside of the right thigh. You can keep your right leg long, or you can bend your right knee and the heel to the outside of the left glute. Bring your left arm behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm up. As you exhale, twist into Matsyendrasana. The right elbow can be on the outside of your left knee, or you could just be hugging the knee rather than having the elbow across. Hugging the knee, we'll say, is a little less intense, but it's not harder or easier. It's just what's better for the body. Make sure you're sitting evenly on your sit bones. Inhale, bring the head to center. Exhale, unwind. Switch the legs, left leg long, right knee bends, Janu Sirsasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward again, most importantly with a long spine. We use straps today. If you wanted to use your strap with your forward fold, go right ahead. Inhale and exhale. Inhale here. As you exhale, slowly start to lift back up to seated. And then layering into our twist. So first, point the right knee up, keep the foot flat. You can stay there. You could cross your right foot over your left leg, keeping the left leg long, or lastly, bend the right knee in, and then bring the right arm behind you. Inhale, reach your left arm up. As you exhale, twist, hooking the left elbow on the outside of the right knee, or hugging the right knee with the left arm. Sitting evenly on your sit bones and sitting tall in your spine. Notice if you're rounding in your low back. Sit as tall as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting. Maybe looking behind you if that's all right with your neck. It's a pretty deep twist, so if you need to modify, feel free to modify. Keep the right or left leg long. Inhale, bring your head to center. Exhale, unwind your twist. And then let's do Paschimottanasana. Extend both of your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale again, mindful that your spine is long, hinge forward. Use your strap, or if you want to, use your block as I'm doing here. Place that on the bottoms of your feet. It just gives you a little more to reach for. Notice what your legs are doing. Find some engagement in the legs, namely hugging the inner thighs towards one another. Your toes are strongly pointed up towards the sky, and you might even feel that your quadriceps are engaged here. Inhales and exhales, even in length and depth. Inhale. Let's exhale and lift up slowly. Bend your knees, scooch forward, bring your blocks. We're going to head down onto the back for our final resting pose. And then I'll give you the option if you want to set up today in supported Baddha Konasana instead of a traditional Shavasana with your legs long. Go right ahead. If you want to forget the blocks and find Baddha Konasana without the support, also go right ahead. Be comfortable in your hands, either palms down facing up towards the sky, or a hand on the belly, a hand on the heart. Release your breath control and simply kilo, observe what's going on without judgment. Key word is without judgment. Key 2 words, I guess. Our quote today comes from Ilanya van Zant. The quote reads, "Your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change." Your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change. Enjoy a few more quiet moments in your final resting pose. Every time you've noticed that you've drifted off into thought, simply redirect your awareness to your breathing and to what's going on around you in the present moment. Start to deepen your breathing. Bring some awareness back into your body. Trying to make movements in your fingers and toes. And please, I encourage you, if you're enjoying your final resting pose, you can press pause and stay here longer. If you're ready to move on, slowly make your way onto your side. Pause a moment in the fetal position. Think of something to be grateful for here. When you're ready, join me in a seated position and we'll close class together here. Once you're upright, join the palms in front of the heart. Take a moment, one last time, honor the intention that you set today for class, and just notice how you feel. Join the palms join the palms to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Bring the hands to the heart to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. Bring the hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. And join me as we send positive energy to all beings everywhere. Thank you for joining me for class today. Hope to see you next time. Take care